Welcome to this programming tutorial. In today's tutorial, we're going to look at global and local variables within the context of subroutines. So what are global and local variables? Well, let's start by creating a subroutine. We'll create one to calculate the area. In this case, we're going to have a variable that stores our length, and we're going to multiply that by the width and return it at the end, making it a function. Now, if we had two values here, we could print out calculate area and give it two values over here to return an answer. If we run this, we get 50. I'll clear the consoles so it's not so confusing. There we go. Now, area in this case is known as a local variable. Now, what does that mean? It means that area is only defined within this subroutine. In other words, we're not creating area, we're not using area outside the subroutine. What happens if we try to use it outside the subroutine? If I run this program, I get a name error because name area is not defined. In other words, area is only exists within this subroutine. So how can we change area so that it is a global variable instead? Well, before we create area, we can write global area. That tells our program that area should exist everywhere inside our program. So if I now click the run button again, we get no error and it prints out 50 twice because it creates the area variable when I run this subroutine over here, and then it outputs it over here. Now, global variables aren't really good practice because you can't protect or keep track of variable changes easily. As a program grows, you're going to end up with a lot of naming conflicts because you're going to have variables going across the entire program. And subroutines become less reusable because they rely on certain variables, on certain global variables. But this is the difference between the two. Now, here's a little tip and trick for you regarding subroutines. We can return more than one thing. Now, how can we do that? Let's say I want to return the length, the width, and the area. And I want to store it in three variables, L, W, and A, for length, width, and area. I'm going to make that equal calculate area with 5 and 10 here. And then instead of writing area here by itself, we're going to write length, width, and area. Now this might seem a little bit weird, but let's stay on for now. If I print L, and let's print off the three variables line by line, W and A, watch what happens. I get 5, 10, and 50. 5, 10, and 50. This comma system over here allows you to store or create multiple variables with multiple data. So in this case, the first return goes to the first variable, the second return goes to the second variable, and the third return goes to the third variable, much like how when we pass 5 and 10 in, it goes to length and width, in the order it appears. Now this is a little shortcut on creating variables. I can also create variables like this. And as you see, I get 5 and 10 respectively. This is the same as doing n1 equals 5, n2 equals 10. It's just a shortcut way of doing it. Anyway, thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful.